This city helped make me who I am, the fans, the people, and this is my way of trying to give something back. The Alan Shearer Centre is free, and for the people who need it most, it's a lifeline, and we want to keep it that way. So teaming up with Anarchy on a beer made perfect sense. Every pint and every can sold helps keep the centre free. Brewed with passion in the city which made me. This city helped me.
Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to the Magpie Channel podcast. And as you've just heard there from the main man himself, from Big Al, the Foundation Brew is now available everywhere. It's in pubs, it's on the website, the link in the description for that one, and you can get it here at Anarchy Brewery as well. Draft cans, it's everywhere now. After the first week was exclusively at Phoenix. You can grab yours by hitting the link in the description or say in one of the 50-odd pubs around the northeast that has them on draft, the likes of the Strawberry, Trent, and many more to come. So, yeah, if you want to get involved with that, you can hit the link in the description, get yourself a pack of those cans, and remember, £3 from every 6-pack gets donated to the Shearers Foundation, doing amazing work every single time here in Newcastle upon Tyne. It makes it free, continues to be free for all the families that need it. Goes to a great cause there, and you get to have a great time on the beers. So there we are. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in so far. Nice one of you listening back on all audio platforms, and shout out to Anarchy Brewery for hosting us. Unfortunately, there's none left in the Shearers Brew. It's all boxed about there. It's all getting sent off. So
on the Citrus.
On the Citrus tonight. I mean, 2 wins in a week. And Carabao Cup to defend on Wednesday. Loads to get into, but let's start with that Fulham win. Big relief, gang. Big relief. Let's just start at the end. The good stuff. You know, Bruno Guimaraes, 89th minute winner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good stuff. One comments on there.
Let's get the comments on stage. Evening, Danny. Good evening, Holly. And everyone else that's tuned in. Alessandro there as well. Very nice. Hi, guys. Alessandro. And a little Italian comment there. Look at that from Marco.
Oh, aye.
You know how to translate that one, don't you? You translate that one for me?
Un saluto speciale per me. That's it.
That was kind of good. Forza Newcastle. That'll do.
Newcastle, you know what I mean? David Santon and all that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
David Santon.
It was a... You know what it is? Like, from what I've been looking around on social media, like, it feels like people seem to be a bit deflated by it. Like, it feels like a bit of a weird one. It kind of seems like the fan base has had a bit of a stroke, like going off of like the who did we lose to last week? Brighton. After the Brighton loss, which was a bit shit, yeah. Then we rectified that really well midweek. Yeah. Great Champions League night at St James's Park. Decent team. Barcelona, Jose Mourinho battered them.
Barcelona.
Benfica. different beat.
Ends in an E. All the same.
Same, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, like, I mean, it was a bit of an ugly win, Fulham, wasn't it? It wasn't pretty.
No.
It wasn't like the sexiest of performances, but Fulham are a tricky team. Like we said last week, that the kind of team you can either beat 3-0 or lose 2-3-0. Mm-hmm. Like, they're one of them really sticky teams that you never really know what Fulham side you're going to get. But they are quite a well-oiled team. Like, they've got a good manager, decent players. And yeah, like, we made hard work of this. Like, it wasn't pretty, but I mean, like, yeah, we have been kind of a bit stop-starty this season. There hasn't really been a lot of, like, consistency. Like sometimes when we just start looking good, we'll have, like, the Brighton game. Like, it's a bit, like, stop-starty. Like it's a bit struggling to get momentum. But I think sometimes when you are kind of struggling like that, like, sometimes an ugly win's okay. I think as long as you get 3 points on the board, it's fine. But I have seen like a little bit of a meltdown, mate. Like it seems like we've lost from the way that I've been saying stuff on social media. Like people are a bit whingy about it, to be honest. Like I say, it wasn't pretty, but it's a fucking win, man. It's the Premier League. It's the hardest league in the world. Fulham's a tricky team. Yeah, like, a win's a win, man. Like we made hard work of it, but I think we should just be a bit more grateful that we got the 3 points on the board.
Definitely. Not every win has to be pretty.
No.
Look at Arsenal, and like everyone's giving them stick because they're 17th in the table for open play goals.
Aye.
Because all they're doing is scoring set pieces. But at the end of the day, if they win the Premier League, come May, are they going to be honest about that? Anyone's going to remember that in 5-10 years' time either.
Jose Mourinho won the Premier League with Chelsea, basically winning 1-0 every week.
So I just wouldn't care. Me, like
parking the bus, scraping a win. Like that was it.
Oh, for me, 30-odd 1-0s and win the league. Definitely. I don't care. And it did need to just be a win on Saturday.
It did, yeah.
It really did, because we're going to get into this at the end of the show, and we're talk about West Ham on Sunday in terms of getting some momentum and a bit of a run going in the league. But it was really important, obviously, start the week right with that Benfica win, then Fulham, and now, obviously, we've got to do it again. And this is the test for this squad. You know, you've got midweek and then weekend again. So, Carabao this week, Spurs, not going to be easy. We'll talk about that in a bit. But I honestly wasn't that bothered about the form. I thought the performance was pretty good. I don't know why people are whinging. I don't think it was that bad.
It was all right, yeah.
Like,
I thought we played well. I think we were the better team.
I
think it's a bit scruffier when you win and you're not the better team. But again, a win's a win. Who cares? But I think we were the better team.
Yeah, I thought
like I say, it wasn't pretty announced, but we were definitely the better team. And I think we deserved the win.
When I watched the highlights back, we actually had more chances than I remembered. To be honest with you, I did make some good saves. Obviously, Voltamara hit the post from close range. What did you make that Voltamara misses? It's like Voltamara only scores the headers of the flicks, didn't he?
To be honest, I thought that was another
close
one
range chances.
Yeah, I think it was just more of like a snapshot. I think it came at him quick and he just kind of snapped at it like a. Yeah, you might look at the range and think, oh, he's got to get that on target. But it was like a bit of a snapshot, like came at him quickly, and he's just kind of.
I think with all the bodies there as well, he's trying his hardest to put it in the corner.
Yeah,
so it doesn't hit someone on the lane.
Yeah, it's not the worst miss. I've definitely seen worse.
Oh,
I can let him off. Like he's scored plenty of goals recently, and he played well as well. Had a good game. Another one.
Still playing well.
Yeah. So yeah, I can let him off with that one. It's fine.
Bruno's last minute winner then. Some goal that one. Really, like Tonali holding off the defender.
Yeah.
But it's Osula.
Willie.
Osula. That needs all the credit for me.
It does, yeah.
Because, you know, how much have we said and missed someone coming off the bench and having that impact?
Yeah.
Like Harvey Barnes, to be fair, is very good at scoring off the bench and stuff, but just sometimes when it's tight and it's gritty and, like you said, it's not pretty, but Osula comes on and just causes mayhem. He's chaotic, he's erratic,
he's energetic, he's
hard
quite
to handle.
Flamboyant.
He's hard to handle. He went for the shot himself, fair play, went on a big run, so why not? But it was good to see someone in there ready for the tapping, and it was Captain Bruno who probably thought, I have to make amends for that miss because he missed that header. He missed was a sitter.
That was a bad header. That like.
So if it had finished 1-1, he would have got stick for that. Thankfully, it didn't. He made sure he didn't. He made sure he got himself on the score sheet and got the winner. But it is. I really enjoyed that last minute winner. Obviously, it's one of the best things in football, and getting that last minute celebrations. But I wasn't recording it either. I wasn't doing the vlog for it, so I just felt like I was in the moment and proper enjoyed the goal.
Yeah.
Proper enjoyed the celebrations, and it was a relief because I thought, if we don't win this today, we'll be sitting in around 15th, 16th again. The bloody Mattons were beating Chelsea. I was like, fucking please, God, no.
I imagine if they finished the day in second and we just lost or maybe even thrown a win away.
Or something.
But yeah, I think it is nice to see a little bit of impact from Osula because I think he's getting a fair bit of stick. Obviously, even before we made the signings of Voltamara and Wisa, we just had him as our only kind of striker in the squad, but he was backing up Gordon at the time. And you just think we've got to be better than this because he's never really shown much impact, even when we played pre-season. He played pretty much every game of pre-season, but I don't even think he scored a goal off the top of my head. But even if he did, it wasn't many. He didn't stand out. I thought, is he the only striker at this club? That was even talks of him maybe he's going out on loan. We had that sale to Germany. Yeah, so I mean, he's cut a bit of a controversial figure at the club, I think. And I think the fan base has been quite divided on him. I think mainly negative and probably deserved to be fair. He hasn't really done out to...
From the kids. The kids love him on TikTok. Good dancer.
Yeah. His personality is the best thing about him. He is a popular figure. He is a funny guy, but I don't really care about how funny you are unless you're playing well on the pitch.
Be born and score goals, please.
But it was the Union SG game. A really good hold up for Barnes' goal.
Liverpool came on and scored.
Yeah, he came off and scored against Liverpool, and then now I think he done really, really well for Barnes' goal against Union SG, holding it up and
as well, I think.
Yeah, 2 goals in the cup, and then he done really, really well against Fulham at the weekend. So he's getting there. I mean, it is nice that he's actually performing and, like you say, having an impact off the bench where we need someone, and on paper it doesn't look like we do. AKA Osula as your backup striker. He's not the kind of name or player you want backing him up. I still can't wait for Wisa to come back. Yeah. Don't get us wrong, but while he's getting this opportunity to come off the bench, it is nice that it's not like a massive downgrade as it looked maybe a few weeks ago. If Voltamara, I think he's only played 190 minutes for the club so far since he signed.
Who's that?
Voltamara.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So yeah, when Osula comes on, no. Yeah, God.
What's he going to do?
He's not going to impact the game, is he? But a couple of times, not every time, but a couple of times he has stood out. So it's good to see he's doing well. But Bruno getting that goal, rectifying that missed header. Like the header reminded us of another last-minute winner. It was a couple of seasons ago, towards the back end of the season against Leicester. Remember when I can't remember who it was. I think it was Willock broke down. I think Matt Targett made a tackle in the corner flag, sent Willock down the wing, and put the ball in for Bruno at the back. I'm sure we were losing like 2-1 or something like that, and we made like a bit of a late comeback. And then Bruno was the one that finished it with his head. I can remember that goal.
I can remember that.
Yeah, so it kind of reminded us of that. I thought Gordon put a brilliant ball in the middle by himself. You just need to get that on target. Yeah, you need to get that on target. And if you get it on target, it's most likely going to be a goal. It was a bad header, but yeah, he rectified it with another last-minute winner. And like I think we deserve. I think we're the better team. We did play relatively okay. So yeah, just buzzing that we got the 3 points. That's it. Like I don't really care too much about the rest, but yeah, we got the 3 points, and that's the main thing that matters. But the last 10 minutes, what a game!
I know, it was amazing.
That was just so
exciting,
intense. It was a class, exciting end-to-end game. I think as a neutral, you'd be buzzing. I think as a Newcastle fan, and probably from a Forest fan perspective, and I bet your heart was pounding at your arsehole. It was for me. I was thinking, fucking hell, this game's gone mental. Yeah, I think we knew that a goal was coming. We were hoping it wasn't going to be against us. I think we were the one pushing harder. I mean, it would have been typical for us to lose that game.
I was going to say that, because
it's totally like us to have that momentum and look like the team chasing the win. And then, I knew that was a game. I couldn't remember who it was, but it was Arsenal. But
you think does Pope just go down, but he tries to play it and then intercept it, and then they go on and win it.
Yeah,
Liverpool as well, actually. Liverpool were the ones looking for the winner. Look like winners score, and then their kid pops up at the other end and scores that Rio at the time. But thankfully it was us this time.
Yeah, it was, thankfully. Yeah. That's why my heart was pounding a bit more. Like it was a really tense end-to-end game, chances galore. It was a brilliant watch for the neutral, but I am buzzing that we actually came out on top of that one.
We'll get back to the game in just a minute because we'll read out the super chat. Remember, if you do want your question answered, do send in a little super chat. Jason has done that tonight, so big up Jason for that one. Interesting question as well, opening it up. Would Howe deserve the sack if Sunderland finished above Newcastle, which, unfortunately, as it stands, is the case. But fortunately, it's still only October.
Still got about 30 games to go.
Aye. So, what do you reckon? I'm going to let you answer that one first.
For me, I think that would be situational. I think you kind of have to see how it goes. Because, for example, if Sunderland finished second, then there's not really much you can do about that, to be fair. Like, I think it just depends on where them positions are. Like, it's fair enough to say, like, if Sunderland finish above Newcastle, it's not a great look on the club. But whether that's Eddie Howe's fault or not, I think it's completely situational. So, yeah, I think, like, say if we finished 7th and Sunderland finished 6th or something, like, it's not great, but kind of depends on how that kind of goes, really.
You'd still keep them if it was the case it was that close?
I don't know. It is a hard question.
Because realistically, what I'm thinking now, and it's the first time I've ever thought about this, to be honest with you, is if Sunderland, realistically, they're not going to finish, for me. Top 6, top 7.
I think doing well.
They might
credit
finish,
to them.
They might finish top half because some of the teams in that bottom half look really bad.
Yeah.
But they have had a good fixture list to start with. Yes, it was very good when away at Chelsea. Let's not be deluded. That's a very good result for them.
Away especially.
But they have had some really favourable fixtures at home early on. Been beaten away like some Man U. So it's early doors. Got beat off Burnley. The riding momentum, the riding confidence from that playoff win. You see that happening a lot, really. So I think the world dwindled off. I think we said in the podcast we fancied them to stay up, didn't we, at the start of the season?
I think so.
The promoted teams to do well, which they are all doing. Burnley yesterday getting a late winner against Wolves. But for me, Sunderland, I think they'll probably finish about 13th, 14th.
I think they'll finish about mid-table. I think they'll still do well. I mean, they're not going to finish second. I mean, I think even the most optimistic Sunderland fan wouldn't genuinely think, we're going to finish in a Champions League place. Like look at Forest last year. Like, Forest were consistently 3rd or 4th throughout the season, probably deserved Champions League, and then dropped down into about 7th. Like, Spurs. This is very early days. Spurs
under Ange in his first season, they were first after 10 games.
They were,
and ended up finishing 5th.
Class,
So
I think they'll fall off. But yeah, I don't think the fall off will be dramatic. I think they're a very, very well put together team, to be fair. They are playing some pretty good football.
Spain.
So yeah, even a fall off, I think mid-table is solid, because when you look back over the past 2, if not 3 seasons.
They're all just dead,
all of the 3 promoted teams have gone straight back down.
Yeah, terrible.
So even if they finished around about mid-table, they've been out of the Premier League for 7 seasons or something like that. Like Fulham, even to be in the conversation of finishing 9th, 10th, 11th, it's a fucking hell of an achievement.
Just to survive, I think. Like, you come up from the Championship and the amount of signings they made. You also got to remember that all those signings are off the AFCON in December. So I think they're going to lose a lot of their players when we play them as well. So yeah, listen, I tell you what, to answer Jason's question, went about it in different scenarios there, but I would say no. Too much credit to the bank from last year. Even if we finished 14th and they finished 10th or something, or 8th, I still would say no. Because and I don't think it would be that bad.
You'd get the Howe out, of course, because they come around every 3 months or something.
I know.
Loses a couple of games and Howe out.
I seen on my memories it was this time last year where Howe was getting loads of stick.
No,
and there was a lot of Howe outs.
You had it a few weeks ago.
And it's like
that's every 3 months.
You look now from a year ago and a year later, we're won the first trophy in 70 years and we're back in the Champions League. And we're looking good in the Champions League now.
You've got to back them. It's kind of like when Leicester won the league and a few months later sacked Ranieri. You should have had a job for life. You should still be there now. He needs to stack you outside the ground and everything.
Well, Slot's under major pressure. Loads of Liverpool fans are turning on him. So it's mad, man. How short memory is he? Tell you what, with football now, you're just as good as your last result.
Of course.
There's no credit.
Everyone's very short, got short-term
very reactionary.
Football,
It is, even at the minute. Amram looks like he fucking turned the corner. He won 3 games in a row. They actually look that right.
4th in the league. That lad's going to be getting the barbell soon. Doing well.
Yeah, they're above Liverpool. Absolutely madness. But then, sure, footballs are funny. You could have another bad month and then before you're
Amram will probably win 5 games in a row. That'll shave his head and then they'll end up shit again. Then the other Amram haters will be back on his case again.
Yeah, there will be. Alessandro became a member. Big up to him. Became a Tino member there. We'll be doing a big Christmas giveaway as well coming up on the channel as well ahead of that festive season. So you can join the channel by hitting the join button on the page there or hitting the link in the description as well. Let's get back to, I like that good little discussion there. That's why I like the super chats. Opening things up. Opening things up. There's another one just flew right in there.
Interesting debates.
Get a little debates on the go. Makes it more interesting for us. Joe.
Joe.
Rather Sunderland finish above us, but win both derbies, or finish above Sunderland, but lose both derbies. Oh, that's a sticky, tricky one.
Horrible question, Joe.
Yeah, it's horrible, but thanks for the super chat. Rather Sunderland finish above us, but Newcastle win both derbies, or finish above Sunderland and Newcastle lose both derbies. Oh, my God.
I suppose it depends where we're finishing the league as well. I think that's quite
situational. We have to contextualise that now, don't we, really? Because we're finishing... Yeah, we finish Champions League and then lose both derbies. Yeah, sound. I'll take that. It's not sound like it all. Actually, be awful.
It's not sound losing to Sunderland. It is. It is shit, and they'll be absolutely riling us up. They could get relegated, but beat us twice a season, and they'd be buzzing with us. Yeah. So I think if we were, if we were to finish 4th or something, I don't really care who we're losing. Over the course of the 38 games, if we acquire enough points but lose to Sunderland twice, I'm not. It's going to be hurtful. It's going to sting in the heart for a bit, but yeah, it's all about the course of the season, really, not the individual wins.
Definitely, I think you're right in terms of where we finish. Because I tell you what, obviously now they can finish above us if they finish 9th and we finish 10th, or they finish 9th and we finish 13th. Makes no difference.
Yeah, I'd rather win the games if it means no difference.
Win the games, but if it's just getting European football and then they finish 12th and we finish 5th, then yeah. But honestly, them derby days, man. I'm actually really glad we're not playing the league
ones. Oh yeah.
It's in December, so hopefully they've lost a little bit. They lose this momentum they've got.
I think that's probably about the last one. I think before AFCON.
Yeah,
depending on when.
Oh, so they'll still have all their players, will they?
I think it depends when the teams decide to fly out, and because they'll probably have a few days training before the competition starts. But I reckon time-wise, because it's a fair few days before AFCON starts. So that might be the last game, for Wisa and stuff as well, if any of our African players out, which I think we've only got Wisa, most probably. But yeah, I think that'll either be the first game they miss or the last game they'll miss, depending on when they fly out.
Yeah, and we've got Leverkusen that week now.
We have, yeah.
So it's a big week, that one. So with Wisa, surely he can't go to AFCON now, can he? Because Eddie Howe the other day was saying he's going to need 6 to 8 weeks to get up to speed. That 6 to 8 weeks is when he'll be back on a plane to bloody Africa.
But realistically, though, they'll probably take him with a broken leg. Who else have they got, to be fair? Not to not to shit on them too much, but
he's their star, man.
I've seen remember when Rooney went to, was it the World Cup 2008 or something, with a broken metatarsal?
Aye,
class.
Rubbing his foot on the paper.
Wissa's going to be their star, man. If there's any slim chance that he plays 20 minutes in the last group game, they'll take him.
Yeah. God, I mean, I don't think it should be allowed now. He got injured with them. He's going to we're going to get him up to speed again, need him over that busy festive period. And then, I know, but I'll see you in a month again then.
I know.
He'll probably get another injury.
He'll be off for a month. He'll probably play in the final, win the cup, but get a broken leg and then be off the
rest of the season. He won't see the 55 million until he's 32-year-old. Class. Everyone's whinging about spending 55 million on a 29-year-old. Be 36 by the time we see him play. So yeah, man, I'm sick of it. We need him, Batman. We need him in the squad. We need that option there. So I don't think he should be going there. But it's one of them ones where it's going to be really hard for probably Wissa, because he might want to represent his country. Even though he says he wants to focus on Newcastle and repay the faith and the signing.
You'll want to.
But Congo, how are Congo going to accept not taking him? They'll be nah, definitely not.
Of course not. No.
Yeah. And we've obviously got his wages covered now by UEFA because of the length that he's been out. So, but they're not going to cover the 55 million transfer fee, are they? Absolutely.
Any other Newcastle United Congolese representatives?
Lamana, Trezor, Luwa, and Kisenga. Luwa. Is that it?
Yohan Wissa, Chancellor Mbemba, and Calvin Zola.
Calvin Zola, I remember him on the bloody computer games back in the day.
I don't think he ever played for the first team, but
no,
he was always a young prospect, wasn't he? But I don't think he ever shone through.
Bloody hell, Kisenga as well, man. Hey. I forgot Mbemba was Congolese.
Chancellor Mbemba, what a player.
When you said that there, he will be the only player going to AFCON, won't he?
I think so. I'm trying to have a quick
now.
Scan through my brain. I don't think I've got any.
We had loads of African players at one point, didn't we? Cisse, Bar, Cheick RIP, Mbemba.
Where was Yang Mbiwa from? He was
Yang
French.
Mbiwa was French. I don't know how he represented. He did represent France. But I went through a stage of having quite a few players back then who would have missed AFCON, but now it's only Wissa, who we really need. So don't go anywhere.
Thankfully, it's only one, but we really need him.
It's the one we really need, though, because got no one else apart from Osula. So as we were talking about before, we got into the super chat. Osula's impact. I think Aaron said before there, he deserves more than 5 minutes now. Does he deserve more than 5 minutes? Is there an opportunity where he could come in on Wednesday? I mean, that's a topic for later, rotation, but is he on the verge of making that impact with 10 minutes to go? Does Howe start thinking about him at half time, 60 minutes? Does he deserve more of an opportunity, or is there still a way to go?
I mean, I think, again, that's going to be situational on Voldemort. I mean, I think it's crystal clear that he's number 1, number 9. Osula's never going to be good enough to shove him off the starting spot, I don't think. Like I say, unless we need to rotate. So does he deserve it? Maybe. But I think, Voldemort's got to start. If he can play 90 minutes, great. And it also depends on the game, how it's going, how Voldemort's playing. If we're thinking about the next game, if we've got a game like midweek or on the next weekend, do you want to take Voldemort off and put Osula on? It's coming to the point where you don't hate him coming on as much anymore.
Nah, I don't.
Because you would think taking Voldemort off for Osula, it's a massive downgrade. And it's oh, God's sake, we're not going to score with Osula. But he's not really scoring, but at least he's impacting and he's creating stuff. I think that Barnes goal and Bruno's goal, massive impacts. Played really, really well.
Huge. I honestly, when he used to warm up, it was a case last season when I was what we're going to get?
What's the point?
Confidence in him. But now, when he was warming up on Saturday, I was like, yes, get him on. Try something, make it happen. And to be fair, I think Alanga as well. There was a comment earlier, we wasted 55 million on Alanga. I thought Alanga looked a bit bright when he came on as well. I think Alanga could be a bit like Barnes, where I just think, he's going to be better off the bench.
Yeah, maybe a bit of impact. Had a couple of straight passes, he's still a little bit frustrating, but I
think that it's the bringing the defenders towards him and the pacing behind on tired legs.
Because he is rapid as well. So I put him against the fullback, 80 minutes in, fresh, fast as out.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. I think that's the way to go with him, with the Alanga. But Osula as well, listen, he could be in with a shout on Wednesday night. We'll talk about Spurs in a minute, but we're going to talk about West Ham at the end of the show. And I think that's more of a game for him. I don't want to be messing around with that Spurs game because I think that's going to be tough. And, we've got this Carabao Cup to defend.
Yeah, we're doing reigning champions.
Reigning champions, let's keep it that way. Talk about wingers then. Let's talk about Jacob Murphy because he's proven a point again.
Yep.
Again, he is staking his claim. Comes in, should have two, mind. Comes in,
could have a few, to be fair.
wins the ball, scores the first one, but the one, where he had a lot of time to think about it. Sometimes with Murphy, when he's got too much time, it always reminds me of when Ando said it, put it in the net. He just took way too long to have a shot and to just make the decision. Like sometimes you just, just the lack of thought of what's going to happen. It's better if it just comes to him and he just smashes it.
Like when he's one-on-one, I never really have great confidence. Like he's a proper post specialist. Like if I put £1 on every time he hit the post, I'd be so rich.
It was ridiculous.
Like, his goal winning off the post. Like, he still hit the post.
Still aims for it.
He bloody loves that post, does Jacob Murphy. But I thought even for the goal he might have knocked it up because I think he maybe waited a little bit too long. I think he was like straight out wide to the right and like kind of closing off down his window. But it was a really good finishing off the post, to be fair.
It was.
But yeah, a few times he maybe 2 or 3 more times that he was like in on goal, kind of one-on-one, and could have maybe done a little bit better. But he's not a striker, so you kind of let him off. But I just think his overall performance again shows why he should be in that starting 11. We discussed it last week or the week before. And 55 million Alanga. He's going to have that impact off the bench role because you're not creating enough during the game to start, whereas Murphy's production is spot on.
I think we said this now the other week where he is going to need time like Elanga because remember when Gordon first came, he didn't exactly hit the ground running, did he?
No, I didn't.
Anthony Gordon. But what I like about what really works with Murphy, and it's Murphy and Gordon, is the chemistry that they've built up and how they know what each other's going to do.
Yeah.
Prime example is the goal against Benfica. And I think Gordy touched on it in the presser afterwards. He was like, I knew what Murphy was going to do there.
And that's why Isaac scored so many goals.
It is, and why he's not right now. So Gordon just gets in that area. He knows where Murphy's going to play it. Murphy first time cross, that works so well. Again, Murphy with a press, it works well, and Murphy knows what to do to counteract that. So it's just about, Elanga's going to need time to get used to the system and get used to Eddie Howe and stuff. And there is that pressure on him with that price tag. But Murphy's just so good. It's just mad how
does the job,
it's just how convincing he is every time you see him play now. He's just he is so consistent in the performances, the goals and assists are continuing this season when he's been given a chance. He's scoring again like he was last year. He's assisting like he was last year.
Yeah.
It just seems too harsh to drop him out for me.
Yeah. I've always been a fan of Murphy, like from when we signed him, to be fair. Like I just always thought he was a relatively decent squad player. Like, he was never going to set the world alight. I think when we first signed him, he kind of had that hype in the Championship from Norwich. I thought he was a really good signing. It was a bit hitty-missy. Went through a bit of a dark patch under Brucey where he had a couple of loan spells and stuff. So I thought his time was up. Like, lost his place in the squad to Christian Atsu and then ended up going on a couple of loans. So, I thought his time was done. But, I always fancied him to have a shot, like at least kind of be one of them bottom end of the squad type players where if he comes on, he's going to do all right. He's not a terrible player. I think he always got more criticism than he deserved, but I never seen that season coming from him last year.
No.
Like, he was, it could have even been like just a bit of a purple patch, kind of like a one-off, flash in the pan, him and Isaac absolutely tearing shit up, and he could have came into this season kind of been a bit shit, or kind of coming back down to reality where like you're just an R8 squad player, not much more than that. But absolutely not. Like, he's just picked up where he left off last season, even without his Mara Isaac there. Set up like he was second in the league in assists last year, wasn't he? And got about 9-10 goals, something like that. It's like absolutely unbelievable season for a player that hasn't really hit the ground running until about 29 years old. He's now 30. Like, for a player to actually like kind of come late so well in his career, I mean, he actually is like, if he was 21, he'd be starting for England.
Absolutely.
He'd be pushing Saka.
I would be.
Based on them numbers, that production, his assists and his goals. If he was like a young, upcoming player, he'd be in that England squad pushing Saka, pushing Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, all of them. Like, the numbers and his production are undeniable. It's just because he's 30-year-old Jacob Murphy. No one gives a shit.
I think he's actually really unlucky that he's a right winger. Because Tuchel has actually shown that he's not really that bothered about age.
Yeah.
Because he called Dan Burn up when he's a regular. He's definitely got in the World Cup. Touch where he doesn't get injured or anything. Jordan Henderson gets called up every single week. Who, to be fair to him, is actually doing pretty well at Brentford.
Yeah.
Danny Welbeck's thought about now being called
he's
up
gonna have to.
at 35.
Why is he turning?
Well, exactly. He just fancies one last World Cup. We thought I'm going to turn this on, hasn't he? I'm going to stop big crack. It's 2012.
Just been coasting his career for the past 5-6 years, but now he thinks, oh, World Cup.
But there's actually a lack of strikers, really. That's why people are calling for Welber, because you've got Kane. After that, you've got Watkins, who you scored last time out in the international break, but he's not having a great season so far. You've got Tony, who, because he's in Saudi, seems to be kind of shunned out a little bit. Rashford, who's in Barca, but he's more of a winger now.
Yeah. There's not really many number 9s.
Solanke's injured and he's meh. Obviously, you used to have your Wilsons and your Vardys getting in the side and stuff.
Get well back in Vardy in, man.
Welbeck, man. You pretend he's playing against us, we'll win the World Cup. I fucking loves it. Just
put the other team in black and white.
Did you get Dan Burn to wind him up, pretend he's playing for Brazil next time, is he? But so with Murphy, I think he'd been with a show if it wasn't right wing, because obviously Saka's there, he's going to start at the time. Madueke was doing really well for England before his injury. You can see you got Palmer, who's injured as well. Foden, who's been in and out. Grealish is doing well again at Everton. So on the wingers, it's tough for him to break in. But to be fair to him, he's still trying. He's still not giving up hope, and because he's got the prime example in his own dressing room. He's got Dan Burn there, who nobody ever thought was going to get a call, himself included, England. And he's in the mix now. Do you know what I mean?
Pope's been doing recently.
Pope should be back.
Maybe third choice goal.
He's got to be. You know what I mean? It's how well Nick Pope's been doing. He's got to be back in the squad, because who they got? Like Dean Henderson and stuff, and
it's
Sam
Henderson
Johnstone and that.
Is there another one? Can't remember who they are. Obviously, the Macam, the
Pickford, Trafford. Trafford
that's it.
Trafford doesn't get a game. Johnstone's awful. Henderson's good, to be fair to him, but it should be Pickford, Henderson, and Pope.
I think it probably will be. What's he called? Just Tiny Macam goalkeeper. What's he called again?
Pickford, aye. I
forget his name.
Everyone will know who you're on about. To be fair. Just call him Tiny Macam goalkeeper.
Tiny Macam goalkeeper. Dean Henderson and James Trafford. I reckon they'll probably be the three that go, but Trafford needs to play, man. That's why he should have come to us.
He should have.
So, yeah.
May do next year. Aaron Ramsdale, he's been in England set up before, but
he'll not go because he's not playing. So I think if the way Pope's going, he's got to take Trafford's place.
He does, aye. He does, but Murphy, good luck. I really hope he keeps on this form for Newcastle, obviously, and then I would love, him to be rewarded with an England call-up as well. It'd be nice. Even if he doesn't make the World Cup, but he gets involved next month and he gets a cap underneath him and then tries to impress.
As if we had Murphy and Byrne representing England at the World Cup. And you got to have Gordon will be in.
Tino.
If Tino and Hall come back, they've got a shout.
Yeah.
Nick Pope. Squad full of Toon players.
Never seen that before. Never seen that before. Louis Miley, a couple of injuries to midfield, who knows? We can always hope. So, we mentioned Bruno Guimaraes getting the winner. Big goal that after we said, he should have scored early in the game, but he made amends for it. Real captain's performance again. Title of the podcast, is Bruno Guimaraes the best Newcastle United signing since the takeover? I put ever in there because, there's not many capitals, letters and everything that you can use. But the question is, and let us know in the chat what you are thinking, is he the best signing post-takeover? I mean, you can put it in ever as well, to be honest, if you want to. Yeah. But I think everyone's probably going to say Shearer and other players. The thing is,
not ever, but yeah.
But for 30-odd million and all, and for the impact he's had, he's done what Shearer couldn't do as a captain. True. To be fair, won a trophy. I mean, where's Bruno Guimaraes' Foundation Brew? Where's Bruno's brew? Get that on, Anarchy.
Get on the phone.
Let's go. Message Bruno now. We'll get a beer made for him. Brazilian one, citrus.
Ooh,
nice idea, isn't it? Summer vibes. But so the question, who is the best signing post takeover then, or ever? We can get into both. To be fair, let's start with post takeover because that makes it a bit easier. So we had some honorable mentions. Obviously, Bruno Guimaraes is there. He's the captain. He's had a huge impact with the trophy, Champions League, all the rest of it. And what I love about him this season is the impact in front of goal. I think with the style of play change, with Isak would have been constantly looking for runs in behind. The ball goes over the top or in between the lines. Now with Big Nick dropping deep, it's really allowed the 6s and the 8s to get forward and the wingers. Yeah. That's why you've seen a big increase in goals from the likes of Bruno. So he's added that to his game, as long as the usual, leadership in the middle of the park, gritty, 100% strong performances, winning balls back, winning fouls, all the rest of it, dominating things. He's definitely up there. So there's an option. Dan Burn, again, talked about him before, scoring at Wembley, England call-up, cap material, without a doubt. Geordie boy, £12 million. Absolute steal. We have to mention Isak, obviously, absolute chip bag, but at the end of the day, he did score loads of goals, did score in the final alongside Dan Burn. And you know what? he can still be up there for me because we've got 130 million for him.
And the British record fee. So
That's not bad, is it?
That's how good he was for us.
That's how good he was. You know, he did help us win things, and he did get us in the Champions League. Did score some important goals, scored many goals, and obviously absolutely detest him now and thoroughly enjoy his downfall. But again, got a lot of money for him, and you know, as the Newcastle social team put out the other day with PIF in the background, invested in better.
Yeah, we did.
Nick Voltamada. So end up getting loads of money for him, and technically a better footballer. So
good business, got a lot of goals, got some trophies. See you later.
Not bad, eh? Yeah. And then, you know, Sandro Tonali looks like an extremely class player. One of the best in the league now in his position. The best according to Paul Scholes. Only going to see more of him. You know, only going to see more of him. And I think that 50-odd million will look like a steal as well. Mm-hmm. Any other mentions for you in that mix before we get into the answers? I
think there's a couple, but I think time is still on the right side of Lewis Halls and Tino Livramento's. Wouldn't put them in the conversation just yet, but great investments in the young players that's obviously going to develop and hopefully start for England one day. But I think right alongside Bruno for me is got to be Kieran Trippier.
Aye. Someone's just put in the comments there, Trippier, it's the same as Dan Bain as well for the fee, 12 million. Leadership, experience, the characteristics in the dressing room, obviously the set pieces, but just on the pitch as well. On the pitch, off the pitch, everything he's brought, unbelievable.
So I think we probably had this. We've had this conversation before about like what best signing. I think, but it was quite a while ago. Maybe it was a year and a half, 2 years ago. I can't remember when it was, but yeah, I think we've definitely spoke about it. I think at the time you might have said Bruno, but my argument at the time, and I'll still put his name in the hat, is Kieran Trippier for the fact that he was the first one. I think that's a really good point to make. Like after the takeover, we were in the bottom 3 in January. He was a reigning La Liga champion with one of the best teams in the world at Atletico Madrid. He was in the knockout round of the Champions League, took a huge gamble coming to a relegated side. So he was the first signing of the takeover, the first one to take the plunge, took a little bit of a pay cut as well to come here. So I think credit for him for that. But not only that, is that we were lacking leadership big time.
Big time.
Jamal Lascelles basically taking the reign for donkey's years, and that was it. Like we didn't have any other strong players in the squads. Now we've got loads of them, like Dan Burns and people like that. We got a big leadership group. But yeah, he took the captain's armband, took the responsibility. He showed his qualities, like even like back in them early days where we were still trying to see it through. Like we're still sort of like a bottom half team coming out of the relegation zone. He's just quality was just there to be seen. And he's popped in a couple of good free kicks, some great displays. Had a bit of a blip about a year ago where he had some bad performances. There's been talks of him leaving. Some people aren't too mad at it, with obviously Tino coming up as well. But even now, like he's 34, 5?
35 this
35,
year.
Yeah. And like, yeah, at the beginning of the season, Hall's been out, came back for like a game, then went back out. So Tino started on the left. And then Tino's gone back out. So all season long, Kieran Trippier, 35 years old, has been playing week in, week out. And you never really see Kraft play often off the bench for a minute or so. You never see Harrison Ashby. You got 35-year-old Kieran Trippier holding the reins for us at that right back position. And yeah, I think just for the longevity, because it's now 4, 5 years he's been here. Yeah, but like being the first one to take the plunge, the price, the leadership, the experience, I just think he's been such a phenomenal, underrated signing. And he, with Lascelles and Bruno, got their hands on the Carabao Cup trophy as well. And I think they all deserve it for the leadership and what they've brought to the club over the past few years, especially Jamal Lascelles.
I like the mention of the risk for me as well. Like
huge risk.
Comfy little life over there in Madrid.
Could have gone from Champions League to Championship real quick.
And you know what it is? He said it himself. He didn't have a release clause either. Like a lot of people thought and asked him, so you have a release clause in case Newcastle got relegated? Because when you came, they were right in the thick of a relegation battle, but he didn't. You know what I mean? He was committed to the cause. And that was evident, really. And he did set the standard. Like,
he did, yeah.
I mean, setting the standard on the pitch. Brilliant stuff. And it's a shame we haven't seen him score in a while. Wouldn't it be nice to see him get a goal?
He hasn't gotten a goal for a while.
Celebration.
Was his last one? In the 3-3? I think City 3-3 was his last goal.
When he first came, though, in that season with Stadium, he scored great free kick against Everton. Great free kick against Villa. Yeah, the City ones the following season.
Yeah, that's it. To be fair, he only got them 3 goals.
Got any more goals? Let me know. Chat if he's got any more goals. But
3 fantastic.
It would be nice to see him get one again.
Yeah,
it would be. But yeah, we never really get them positions. To be fair,
I can't remember the last good opposition opportunity free kick that we've got.
Nah, me neither, nah. But I hopefully he gets in a good position where he can just have a pop outside the box and put one in. But
because, like I said, he's been playing every game. So if we had an opportunity, he'd definitely at least be standing over it with probably like Gordon, Tonali, Bruno. They'd all fancy themselves. But I can't remember the last opportunity that he had from like a 20, 25 sort of yard range.
And you know what it is? You talked about his comeback as well, which is big because he did look like he fell off.
He was gone,
He
down
was
and out.
finished.
Yeah.
He did look like he was finished, didn't he?
Yeah,
I was there, Stamford Bridge, that December Cup game. And he threw it away for us, and he had I think it was a few
Everton in
matches
the
in a row, where he was just
terrible.
all over the shop, whatever it be, personal life stuff and that. But it affected him on the pitch. Performances had dipped massively, like I said, to his standards as well. And Peter were calling for him to be changed. He could have been sold. He nearly did get sold by me in January. Now he got sold in the summer's gone by and all the rest of it. But credit to him and his work ethic and his mentality that he's came back. He looks as good as ever right now.
Oh, yeah.
He looks so good this season. And it's a good job we did keep him. Because with the unfortunate injuries to Tino and Lewis Hall, we would have been absolutely knackered if we didn't have him. Knackered. Really would have been. So he stepped up massively once again. He continues to perform on a consistent basis for Newcastle. Like you see, at nearly 35, he's been class. And, he's a class bloke as well. Chatting to him at Box Pop when we have the final, watching the channel. So that's always gets my vote. Gets my vote for that one. Gets my vote for that one. No, actually, I am actually going to stick to my vote. I'm still going to go Bruno.
So yeah, mine's kind of changed because like I said, when we last had this conversation, Trippier has been it for all of them reasons that I mentioned. But now we're bringing it up. I can lean now more towards Bruno because he's obviously taken on that leadership role. Trippier took it from Lascelles, and now it seems like because of all the kind of negative stuff that's happened with Trippier over the past and maybe potentially leaving as well. Bruno has took on the armband, and he's just quality. He really is different gravy. He's
that thing the other day now where he's missed 3 games or something.
Oh yeah,
4
yeah.
years. He's 100 odd appearances.
Yeah.
So it's not just the consistency as
Fitness.
well. It's it's the availability. He's just bringing it, and now he's bringing goals to it as well. I just think,
I love watching him in tight pockets, when he's being right closed down. He's so cool and calm and composed on the ball and can wriggle his way out of trouble. I just think if that was me in that situation, I would now what a day. I'd lose the ball in an instant.
Lose the ball straight away.
But it's just that kind of Brazilian samba stuff, isn't it? Just kind of close control.
Football on the beach back in 6-year-old
close control.
It works out all right.
He's brilliant, squeezing out of tight pockets that he shouldn't get out of, but he somehow manages to do. He's lovely to watch. Brilliant close control, great with his feet.
And he's also a lovely bloke. Him and Julian were class.
Loves the club. You would have thought he was a Geordie.
Gets it. He said he's a Geordie now. His kids are Geordies now.
Yeah, born.
He totally gets it. He fell in love with the place.
The way that he talks about the club and represents the club, you would have thought he was Dan Byrne, Sean Longstaff, someone like that, someone that's been
from Brazil as well,
born and raised here. Loves it, man. Him and Joe Linton.
And I just think from Lyon, where he was quite highly rated, he was linked with Arsenal a lot and stuff, and he came to Newcastle, and he's just that. I remember that first goal against Southampton away when I was there.
That was backheel flick.
Amazing. And just his attitude every single week for me, the quality now as well gets better and better. He's a Brazilian international now every single time. So Bruno Guimaraes gets my vote. The chat got James here saying I have to go for Sandro. His general output is better than Bruno for me. Aaron also sees Sandro different level in my opinion. I'd argue the best pound for pound signing is Shaw. We discussed that in the podcast before.
Pound for pound signing,
undisputed champion.
He's up there, definitely.
Nick on post-takeover, Bruno or Trips. Meadle does go with Isaac, to be fair. He says Isaac.
It's hard to argue.
We don't have to be too better about it. We can still ignore
He was a great servant for the club.
Until you decide
to
go on strike. Few shouts here for Bruno, Geordie, who's a member there. Geordie Croft, he sees Bruno as well. Alan sees Sandra, who's a member. He scored against Luton in that 4-4 draw. I think that was his last goal. Sees NUFC Jack on Trippier. But all of them with it of a shout for me on best signing post takeover. We're going to quickly do ever. Obviously, Shearer was the world record fee at the time. So you put a lot of money on him.
Oh God, yeah.
But he became the club record scorer. Yeah. Came close, no crumpet with the L Cup final and stuff. but European nights as well. People mention Shaw on a budget, cheap signings like that.
8 years he's been here now.
Yeah.
200th appearance on Saturday.
Fucking crazy, that, isn't it?
I was trying to do the maths on that. I felt like that didn't seem enough. Like in 200, is that it? I feel like he should be on about 800. It seems like he's been here that long. I was like, in 200, are you for real?
It seems like it should be a lot more than that.
I was trying to do the math. Like, how many games are in
Premier League though?
Premier League, yeah.
It's got to be close to 800 with the other games. Blue Rhythm Boy says Rob Lee, best signing ever. Good shout. Yeah, for that. Good shout. Who's other? Some honourable mentions.
Yeah, I have to go back into the archives.
Because it is when you do these as well. There's always someone who's from the 70s, the 80s, 90s. Brent there, who's a member, says Super Shea Given. Nice.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Shea Given legend as well.
He was nice and cheap as well.
Exactly. Shea Given's a really good one, actually. Ben Arthur for the time he was here, to be fair. He was cheap. He was magical on his day, but that was a bit inconsistent. He's never going to get best signing ever, but
not ever. But even like all of them kind of around that time, they were all relatively cheap but really good players, like a Kabai,
and the profit you get for them as well. Yeah. Well, I cannot not say Shearer, to be honest with you, for what he's done in the record, and then I can't you could make a case for Trippier post-takeover, for Bruno, for Tonali now, how good he looks like he can be. I wouldn't give him it yet though. Dan Burn as well. For that, for the goals, and then for the money we got for him. Yeah, but I'll go Bruno. You've went Trippier. Good mentions in the comments as well.
What is your favourite Bruno celebration?
It's hard because he's got 15 and 1, hasn't he? He starts with this.
He does about 12 to 15 per goal.
Does the pointing, does the captain's on, does the back of that, does the knee slide, does the wanking, and then playing the cards.
Does like letters and stuff.
Does the letters. Big up. That's another good thing for Bruno though, because obviously it's Arthur. It's mine and Ricky who I went to school with. Arthur, and Bruno's been really helpful with him and his hospital stuff and that. So again, that's getting the area and that's helping out for things he doesn't have to do. You know what I mean? So
charitable.
But I'm gonna go with the A, to be fair, than for Arthur. I like the A. That was a nice touchdown. That was a big night, wasn't it, against Brighton when we secured Champions League with that big win. But I think he's the in he has a bit iconic as well. That's what I think of when I think Bruno. Just, what else I love now, where he just grabs a shirt and screams massively loud for about 5 minutes for any reason. And it's just always a photo of him. I think it's in the thumbnail, actually. Literally in the thumbnail, the picture of him just going mad because he's the passion. The passion when he scores.
Loves it, yeah.
What's your favourite Bruno celebration?
Oh, God, I don't know. There's about 9,000 of them.
There is.
Yeah, I don't know. I quite like the one where he kind of, I think it was maybe it's like the 9th celebration of whichever goal.
When he scored earlier in the season, he did have a 15 and 30 seconds.
I like the one where he kind of cheekily looks at the crowd like he's holding he's holding the badge, he's pointing to it with like a bit of like a cheeky grin. That's quite like an iconic picture of him.
I like that. Right then, people, we've got 2 big games this week. We're hoping to get more wins after 2 wins in a row. Last week in the Champions League and then Fulham in the Premier League. It's Spurs on Wednesday at St. James's Park under the lights, defending our Carabao Cup. Will, because we like to do this, don't we? Okay, your lineup prediction and Eddie Howe's lineup prediction. What's going to be the case? Because with all these games, very frequently, every few days, same again next week, Athletic Club during the week, and then another trip to London, Brentford away. But this week, Spurs at home, and then West Ham on Sunday. We've talked this show, about Alanga, about Osula, even Ramsdale, who we've said has been in the England squad before. Are these players in any chance of getting a start on Wednesday night?
This is a really, really tough one, to be fair, because it is a decent team. Like it's Tottenham. It's not like Brentford. It's not like a lower league team. It's not like any even from Championship downwards.
Would it be nice to just play like a Bayern or something?
Even like a lower end Premier League team, like Wolves, for example, who struggle.
That'd be great.
Like West Ham or something.
Fighting with each other.
It's a tough one. Obviously, we're defending our title and we want to do it again. We want to go the whole hog. We're not going to purposely bow out of cup competitions. We're going to give it our all. Right. We've got kind of back-to-back London away league games, I think, with Bilbao and the Champions League sandwiched in between. So over the course of the next few weeks, I got some traveling to do to London twice, Champions League, Carabao Cup. It's coming quick, isn't it? So
really quick.
Yeah, I think that should be an element of change, although I don't expect a huge one. I think Ramsdale is maybe one that you should look at because we brought him in for a reason. And if he was never going to get much game time, like I don't think anyone could have really predicted Pope to go as well as he has. But cup games are it, and it's like it's not like he's like a young, and it's not like he's shit and inexperienced. Like he's a proven Premier League, England international quality goalkeeper. So I think Ramsdale should get a pop. Give Pope a bit of a rest. But with the rest of the team, yeah, I think Murphy started the last two, so maybe you should look at Alanga. Voldemar, maybe he could do with the rest and not having another goalkeeper. You could have a shout for Osula. So he got 2 goals in the last game. But yeah, the rest of the team, I just don't really know how you rotate it too much. Like Miley's played a fair bit. Is Tenali going to be back?
Bring in Ramsey maybe.
Ramsey could get a start.
And got dropped.
Yeah. With a back line. Shark could probably come back.
Shark could come back.
Give Chow a rest. Yeah, the rest, I say, like if it's not Trippier, it'll have to be Kraft. I think Kraft started against Bradford, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's not really too much rotation that you can do to go up against a team like Tottenham. I say if it was like a Burton, Bradford, something like that, you'd be fine. Like putting Kraft
change the whole lot.
Yeah, I like Tottenham. You can't take the piss unless you're content with ducking out for the benefit of the Premier League and the Champions League.
It is tough that it's Tottenham, and it looked really good yesterday. Watched that game; they were really good. And the thing is, with Tottenham, they actually look better away from home this season. I think they are third or something in the league at the minute, but they've had a lot of draws. But it's not going to be an easy game. That when I think of rotation, I'd like to start Osula and Alanga and Ramsey, but I'd only like to do that depending on what Thomas Frank does.
Yeah, true.
If he puts out,
if he's rotating, we'll rotate.
Right, exactly.
If you're going strong, we'll go strong.
Everyone fancy making about 5 changes. Everyone's having a good time because if they play the strongest 11, then
we can't rotate too strongly.
I think you're better off rotating on Sunday against West Ham. Because they look absolutely shocking.
True. But then if that backfires, though, you'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's the Premier League, you need 3 points. Like,
you get some momentum.
It's a hard one to balance out. Like, and it's like, you don't envy Eddie Howe in these circumstances. Because if one of them goes tits up, he'll be the villain.
Oh,
you'll be like, what you done that for? Blah, blah, blah. Like, you can't win. Unless you win both games and you get it bob on, fair enough. If one of them goes wrong, then he's going to look like a dick.
Yeah, he will. But I think the ideal scenario is to start a strong team. Start Voldemar, hopefully gets a goal. We're 1-2-0 up, and then you can make changes at half time. That's an ideal situation. That's it's not like playing bloody FIFA. It's a hard job. It's a hard ask for. It'll be fairly. But what do you reckon is going to happen tomorrow night against Spurs Wednesday night?
Squad wise,
just game wise, everything. Results, because with Spurs' draw,
it's a hard one. Isn't it?
I kind of fancy that. I think this could go pens,
Could do, because again, like that kind of depends on the teams. Like I say, like it depends what they do, depends what we do. Like they're a tough team, so I wouldn't say wholeheartedly we're going to beat them. I mean, I think my record against them in the league at St James's Park's been impeccable over the past few years. We've been battering them at St James's Park, light work. But yeah, it's the cup. Like again, like anything can happen. Depends on rotation. Like they're doing really, really well in the league. We're just trying to build momentum. So yeah, it is so hard to predict. Like no clue how it's gonna go.
Aye, I mean with this one on Wednesday night, it's mad how quick it comes around because we won the Carabao Cup. We're used to coming in at like the second round in early doors. But because we came in later this year, you win this, you're in the quarterfinal. Quarterfinal already. It's a quarterfinal draw after our game. So there's a lot on offer there, but.
The winner doesn't seem to be quick. Is it normally this quick?
It's because when we normally play 1 or 2 games more.
I know, but still, like it's only October.
Quarterfinal. The finals normally end of February, March, isn't it? This is what look at this though. This is the 4th round ties because of how quick things have happened. You got Grimsby v Brentford on Tuesday night. Wouldn't mind it either, though, especially Grimsby. Wickham. Imagine getting Wickham. Wickham Wanderers v Fulham.
Beatable team.
Wrexham v Cardiff, that's a good game, to be fair, isn't it? Welsh derby. Arsenal Brighton on Wednesday, Liverpool Palace on Wednesday, Swansea Man City, Wolves, Chelsea, Newcastle, Spurs. We've got one of the hardest draws there. Like, thankfully, it's at home.
I mean, if we get the winner against any of them Tuesday teams, you're laughing. But Wednesday, the outcome could either be Arsenal, Liverpool, City, or Chelsea.
Yeah, which would definitely be well. Yeah. Hopefully, Grimsby win and we get Grimsby at home in the quarters. Or away. Away. Funny. Grimsby away. Yeah, it's Dublin Park again. Spurs do have a bit of an injury crisis. They do miss quite a lot of players at the minute. Basuma, Davies, Dragerson, Kulusevski, Madison. are all out. Romero, Solanke, and Destiny Doggy are also unlikely to feature in the Toon.
So that having to rotate.
So exactly, aye. So, they've got to make changes. So maybe we will do that. Listen, we're at home. We'll defend our trophy. Hopefully, we can still do that. I think we will. I think we're going to win on pens. There's my prediction.
Yeah. Looking at that, I think we'll go strong, bar a few rotations. I think Ramsdale, probably Ramsey, and Alanga. I think they're maybe 3 that you would fancy to start. Probably Shaw as well. Get Shaw back in the lineup. Bar that, maybe Osula, or do you just kind of stick with Valdemar for now
and give him more time? Hopefully,
maybe Barnes for Gordon.
Yeah, he could do. Gordon actually he was great in the Champions League, as he normally is. Actually, no, you play Gordon because he likes the night shift. He likes these games under the lights. It'll be West Ham on Sunday when he does now. So I play, and Barnes is a good record against West Ham, actually. But yeah, listen, there's opportunities there. Be interesting to see what Eddie Howe does. Before we talk about the Wolves game, Alan here, who's a member, Alan 2J Gaming, he's bet €100. Whoa. Big bucks. Ain't messing about. On Newcastle 3, Tottenham 2, and West Ham 0, Newcastle 4.
On a double?
I hope so.
That's very, very specific. I hope you win. Because them odds will be mixed.
That is so specific.
What's your odds, Alan? Let me know your odds.
Well, I hope you bet on midnight if you have. And if not, get on the Magpie channel link in the description on the previous videos. But yeah, I'd love to see that coming for you, pal. That'd be some odds on that one. I'm going to be betting on midnight for Newcastle to win on pens. That's what I'm going for. But we'll talk about that more on tomorrow's video, maybe, because should be a presser from Eddie in the morning, I guess, on the old probably. Spurs game. Before we talk West Ham on Sunday, Newcastle are going to remake the 95 away kit, the famous burgundy and blue David Ginola special. Is that? I was going to ask you, but is there anyone else? Because I was going to say, who comes to mind when you see that kit?
Yeah, it's Ginola.
It's just Ginola.
Or Les Ferdinand.
I don't even know who else played for us. Les Ferdinand. Every time, all I think of is Ginola.
Yeah, definitely. I think I wore that on Saturday night.
Did you?
That's what I wore, the burgundy and blue Ginola shirt. Yeah. But yeah.
So you got the original. So this is a remake from Adidas, which they did with the 95-96 home kit last year. They are now doing that with the away kit. But it's not only the shirt, which it was for that home on this time out. It's going to be the drill top, which obviously you've got the new Adidas Originals Terrace Icons drill top right there.
So like the 95 away kit version of that with the burgundy blue, the white stripes on the sleeves and stuff.
The jumper, which I've got already. I've got the jumper. And then a t-shirt, which is lovely as well, to be fair.
The proper like training gear.
I mean, fuck's sake, I'll be skint once again.
I mean, you can get them from places like, was it like the Toon collection thing, like where they're going for like
crazy money, 300-400 quid. You can obviously get the Snidey McSnides off the Chinatown websites, who do some really good copies, to be fair to them.
You go on eBay, probably buy one for about 120, but it stinks of smoke from the last 30 years.
You think it's smoking John Smith's? But they're bringing out a whole new range. So it's one way of getting around, some FFP and PSR concerns, boosting the club. It's a chance for people to buy them who haven't obviously got the originals or might want to keep the original and then wear this one. You know what I mean? Store the original and just wear this one in the pub and spill John Smith's on it. So it's a tasty range. It's going to be coming out. I got told it was in the new year, but I've seen this report saying it could even be end of this year. So maybe they're thinking, do we get it out in time for Christmas? We'll wait and see, but yeah, it's one of them ones which I'm sure will be very popular because it was an iconic kit. The first ever Adidas away kit for Newcastle United.
Was it?
It was indeed.
Oh, well, that's a good stat.
It is a good stat. Thank you.
Looks good. I thought they'd already done this. Because I know they've done the home one. But I'm sure they've done the away one now. Like, I didn't know. You had the game though. You had the scoop. You had the scoop on that, I think. Yeah. We have seen this though. We've talked about this. We have seen this top remade many times. Puma did it. Oh, the away one. Yeah.
We did it last year. Was it last year?
Last year, yeah.
So, yeah, we've done it many times. But honestly, that original, and now they're bringing out the training stuff as well. Bad. £500 quid.
Put it from my bank account.
Manzo. Any amount of loans get my clon at the end of the day there. But it's what do you think then? Are you in favour of these sort of things coming back? Because you've got people whinging saying, you're fleecing the fans again.
You're gonna get that, definitely.
Anyone's forcing you to buy it though.
Yeah, literally. I think it is like a good idea because like I say, like with the old one, like unless you've got an original which might have some wear and tear, colours probably faded, like the colours probably looks a bit dirty. You know, if you've got like a print, you've got Shearer, Ginola, whatever, could be like something like peel off a little bit, it might just start to look a bit tacky. So you get like a new version that you can like keeping. Like say, if you've got the original, you can just kind of store that one away as like a keepsake and wear the new one. But it is just Adidas, like they are pumping things out at a mental rate.
Huge rates.
Yeah, I mean, like you can't win in this situation because like the Adidas are trying to produce mint stuff for the fans, and it is quality shit. But yeah, you're gonna get those that are complaining that it's too much, which you could agree that it is. Fans can't afford to buy every drop, but on the other hand, you don't need to buy it all. But yeah, like that's how you're gonna get like PSR and stuff, like merchandise revenue. People complained when Mike Ashley was selling his no fear gear, like proper shit, cheap Sports Direct bollocks. Like
MMA jumpers and that.
Like we're getting like proper quality gear now. Like and like if you want this, if you can afford it, buy it. If you can't or you don't, then don't. Like
it does have to be quality. You mentioned it there, the word quality. It does have to. It has to really replicate what it once was in the 90s. Hopefully, it's that heavy, like that oversized material. And, I'm sure they'll do the font again because with the home one that had Shearer 9, you could get on the back.
Ginola now. One of the only done Shearer and Ginola.
Those are the two you could get. So all you need to do the same as Ginola.
It's going to be the same.
Has to be Ferdinand as well. Ferdinand and Ginola.
Did Shearer wear that one? Or was that the year before?
No,
it was the year before, wasn't it? Yeah, I thought it was. Right.
So
I can't picture Shearer on that shirt.
I mean, and I'm not sure of the other. On the pictures, it wasn't, but it should be long sleeve. You know what I mean? Long sleeve special on this one and all.
Oh, that's it.
That's Ginola. Get the long sleeve on,
definitely.
And then, I'll be all over that. Like, but let me know your thoughts on the remake of Classic Kits. Do you think we should be bringing them back, or is it a thing we should leave in the past and get the new designs on the go? But Adidas are most definitely rinsing the content, as you can see. We're both suckers, fuck's sake, man. And bought the Terrace Icons range. And
pack it in, Adidas, will you?
What did they bring out? That special stuff
the other week, which 230 quid for a jacket or something.
And it's sold out.
It did.
It had at 330. They'll be scratching the next year. They'll be thinking, all right, well, that's 300 quid next year. But any amount of gear coming out from Adidas. But if you do buy it, then you are hopefully helping with PSR. Plenty of money going into that one. Right then, let's finish off the show. Been going on over an hour. Please do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. West Ham United on Sunday away at the old Olympic Park running track Thunderdome. Absolutely awful stadium. I've been there before. Couldn't see a thing. Me and Big Uggs watching the game.
Yeah, Monaco out on.
Honestly, these aren't strong enough. Do you know what I mean? These aren't strong enough. But for once, remember them times where we'd go to London and we'd be fearful of going to London, we'd never get wins in London. Yeah. But West Ham, it has to be a win. We have to get a good run going now in the Premier League. We've beat Fulham. It's time to get some consistency. It's time to try and get 3 or 4 off the bounce, move up the table a bit because we are still bottom half. See where we're at on Sunday by the time some of our fixtures have been played. But it is that squad rotation again. It is what you're going to do midweek, what you're going to do on the weekend. But when you look at West Ham, chopping and changing the manager, and it's still not happened from Nuno. Brentford beat them 2-0 there the other night. So it's a must. I don't want to say a must win, but it's a big one for Newcastle to try and get another 3 points back to back. Yeah, definitely. Like I say, we need to start building momentum now. Like if we do beat Spurs on Wednesday, then like if we're going into this game full of confidence, a few wins on the belt, trying to build that momentum against the team 19th in the league. They were looking for that new manager bounce. I think Nuno got a pretty decent draw in his first game. Like thinking, they're going to start changing the tide now, but they're not. That's still a struggling team. Like I say, that away ground's kind of hard to build atmosphere. Like it's not like the fortress that Upton Park once was. Away games are tricky. Like I said before, it's the Premier League. No game's easy by any stretch of the imagination. I think especially away, I always back at home. I don't care who we're playing, unless it's like City or Liverpool. Liverpool last or Barcelona. But I always fancy we're at home. Especially against teams like West Ham, Fulham, Wolves, teams like that. But away might be a little bit different. But look, got to do it, man. Regardless of the Spurs result, whether we win, lose, whatever. This has to be a win, man. It's just got to be. It'd be a bit embarrassing. A draw away, not the worst result in the world, but we can't be getting beat off West Ham. I think even a draw would be disappointing. I would be disappointing. It's not the end of the world, however, but it's not great. There's a counteract to both of those things I've just said because Newcastle 7 games winless on the road at London Stadium. How mad is that? 7 games.
Winless.
Yeah, Newcastle attempting
Newcastle are winless.
7-game winless Premier League run on the road at the London
Who we
Stadium.
need? Callum Wilson.
Well, Danny's saying there he's not going to score against us, is he, surely? Probably.
Well, yeah, I don't remember that one.
He was guaranteed there, wasn't
He loved scoring goals against West Ham.
Right.
I think he's only scored 1 for them. I think that was against Fulham, wasn't it? No, it was against them.
So we're record there, Zari, because Wilson did score goals. Isaac scored that. Remember that halfway lane one? Loved the keeper. But Newcastle haven't won in the last 7 games away from home in the Premier League. But West Ham have lost all 4 of their Premier League home games so far this season.
Oh, really?
Awful. Losing against the likes of Brentford 2-0 recently.
I've seen this done leaving games. Was it Chelsea? Was it like the second game of the season? They were like 3-0 down before half time and fans were just walking out.
See you later, yeah. And the Tottenham changed the man. Nuno's came in, which, to be fair, I thought that's a sound appointment. To be fair,
it is a really good appointment, but he hasn't had a pre-season or a transfer window.
No.
He's just dealing with the same shit Potter had. Sometimes it's got to take miracles to turn a struggling team into a good team
19th.
with no help, no signings, no transfer window. Yeah, it's going to be a big ask for him. He needs to just do the best he can, pick up some scrappy points until January, try and bring some of his own players in. But yeah, I think he's done a really good job, and he didn't deserve the sack against Forest. I think it's the most unjust firing I've ever known in my whole entire life. I'm actually pissed off for him that Forest decided to sack him. So I wish him the best, and I hope he does well at West Ham, but it's going to be a pretty big ask.
It will be. They got beat away at Leeds as well. I think that's a big loss for them, which sees them in 19th, second bottom now. So, yeah, Nuno, though, be looking for his first win, their first home win. Jared Bowen FC. I mean, he scored. I was watching their highlights. He scored an overhead kick the other night. He did score as well. So he's a good player. Fernandez was the one that scored against Paqueta and Bruno on the score sheet on Sunday. But listen, man, it's one of them ones where you see people whinging about the Fulham game. Give me the most ugly, horrible 1-0, 2-1 on Sunday and move on. I'm not bothered. I just want to win this game. And get a couple of games back to back where we pick up some more Premier League points. Because if you look at the table, I mentioned West Ham in 19th. After the results yesterday, Newcastle are now sitting in the bottom half still in 12th on 12 points.
But it is tight though, because we're still
4 points off 5th.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're not too far off the top 6. It's still early doors when you look at the table window.
Bournemouth second, man. What the hell's going on? Sunderland 4th, Spurs 3rd.
You're looking at the table and it's 12th. Well, Spurs, Bournemouth, but you've got still very, very early doors that you can't take not too seriously just yet. They were just a handful of points off the top 5, top
29
6.
games to go.
Yeah. No panic. Just need a little bit of consistency.
Stop panicking, man, will you?
Picking up the points and we'll be sound, man.
People are getting mistaken from that. Newcastle haven't won in 7 away games in a row in the Premier League. It wasn't that we haven't won at West Ham, because we did batter them. We've got a good record there, to be fair. We mentioned it before. Isaac's goals there, Wilson's goals there. I think Newcastle will win 2-0 on Sunday.
Yeah. I can say that, 2-0. Like I say, I think it depends on the rotation, on when, if we decide to rotate against Fulham, against Spurs, or if we do it against West Ham. Like I say, I don't know which one's going to be. Maybe you prefer the stronger team against Spurs in the Cup. Yeah. Might rotate a little bit against West Ham. So, don't really know what's going to happen. I think the week, obviously, I think Wednesday night will be more telling about what we do on Sunday, isn't it? Sunday, 2 o'clock. Be an interesting one. But regardless of the team, whether we'll go strongest 11 or a little bit of rotation, if we go strong against Spurs, then I still fancy we pick up a win there, because they're not having a very good season.
I really hope so, but we'll hope that we get the win over Spurs as well and stay in the Carabao Cup. See who we get in the quarterfinals as well.
Grimsby away. Come on.
Oh, we'd be all over that, wouldn't we? Bit of backstory why we keep wanting Grimsby away is that we went there many years ago. Was it 2011?
12 and 13.
12 and 13 went at Blundell Park, had a little pitch side access there.
That was 13.
To win.
Yeah, the second year we went to Blundell Park, seeing a game. AFC Telford, I don't want to say.
Oh, I remember watching, because I ducked out the game to watch us get beat off Spurs.
That was the day.
Lunchtime kickoff.
That was the day Tim Krul had them 13 saves or something.
Aye.
The Premier League record saves in a game or something like that. We watched that in the
concourse. Take a little feeding bin. It was good though, wasn't it?
Class.
Geordie Ric Flair, he had some affiliation with Grimsby, so we used to stay at a hotel down there. Good times, very good times. We'd love to do it all over again.
We even got a free tour of Blundell Park.
We did, aye.
Yeah, because
pitch side access.
Because like we were just hanging around and like a groundsman came out and he goes, "Oh, get yourselves in, lads. I'll show you around." Saying, "Oh, it's a free tour of Blundell Park." And he goes, "This is the oldest stadium in the country." Johnny Rick goes, "I can fucking tell."
And a rust
on the top.
But it was amazing to see them beat Man United not long ago in the other round. And if they can get through again, they can get through the quarters. Fair play to them. Brilliant stuff. That's the type of cup fairy tale stories you love to see.
Absolutely.
But anyways, it's a big week for Newcastle. How will we get on the Carabao? How will we get on the league? And then next week we'll be back once again on Monday to preview another big week, Champions League, and then once again an away trip to London. But thanks for watching, everyone. Subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV. We're going to finish off with a word once again from the main man himself, Alan Shearer. So cheers, everyone. Drop a like and enjoy yourself.
This city helped make me who I am. The fans, the people. And this is my way of trying to give something back. The Alan Shearer Centre is free, and for the people who need it most, it's a lifeline, and we want to keep it that way. So teaming up with Anarchy on a beer made perfect sense. Every pint and every can sold helps keep the centre free. Brewed with passion in the city which made me.